Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video from your boy Cardistry Talk. I already dislike this intro, but I'm going to keep it. Today, I am joined by Bear Cardistry, who is now launching a new brand, Brown Bear Decks, and is releasing his Fall Reflection deck. And you can see it all around him there. It's a very unique deck. It's all hand painted. It's really something to behold. What was kind of the design inspiration, and how did you kind of get into, hey, I really want to make this deck a thing?
Yeah, so I think it kind of like stemmed from Dan and Dave's Antlers cards because like it obviously has two, bucks, and they're the Buck twins, and that was really inspiring. And like because it had kind of like that mirrored back, and then it also had these like columns on the sides, I really liked that idea. But at the same time, like I wanted something more colorful, and that's one thing like with decks of cards nowadays, they're more monotone, or they're completely digital. It's just I felt like I wanted to create a deck with a more human touch, that had like things specifically for cardistry. Like in this design, you have these corners, and they're blue and red. So when you fan the deck out, it looks really nice in a fan. Stuff like that, like where contrasting colors really have a lot to do with how the deck looks. And so, yeah, that was the inspiration for sure. Just traditional card design, with a kind of modern twist.
What was kind of the process like working with whoever the artist was and painting every individual card for the courts?
Yeah, it was very involved. It turned out better than I thought it would. Just the artist I went with was is an impressionistic artist. So basically, I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but the farther away you get from the painting, the more you see what it's trying to portray. So with the deck of cards, you're essentially going really far away, but you're shrinking down the painting. And these paintings are really big. They're giant paintings. So with that impressionistic style, when it gets shrunk down so much, you can see everything. It's just perfect. It's perfect for a deck of cards, that medium. And it was a challenge as well because oil on canvas painting actually takes a long time to dry before you can put more shades of color. And just like you were talking with shades of color, like just with the with one side, like this is a mirror design, but it's hand painted mirror, so you're not like digitally like taking one half and putting it on the other side of the card. But to get all these hues and stuff, you have to have a base layer, and then you have to wait for that to dry. So you'd have all these different shapes and stuff. So it takes a lot of time, and patience to get everything. And yeah, so that's kind of what it was like. A lot of it was time consuming, and it was a lot of fun.
Literally every card in this deck is unique, which is very cool.
Yeah, especially like I like, Dan and Dave's style. Like they started this style of court cards with it almost has like a minimal feel, but it kind of pays back to tradition. And with this deck, like one thing no one's really commented on is there are no pips on the corners. It's only the Q or the 7 or the 6. It's a very different style with the faces with each one. Yeah, but I like to think that they are slightly traditional even on the faces. Just like because you can still recognize them. Like the jacks are all younger cubs, and the queens are very queenly, and all the kings have their crowns, and it still pays homage. And with the major shape design, it's like perfect for cuts and cardistry and fans. And the crazy thing was, like, I didn't know how this would look this whole time. Like we had all these designs, and like everything was going on, and I didn't know how it would look in cardistry. I had all these ideas. So but yeah, that was definitely like going for that design, the corner design.
Yeah. So you go through like all the process of creating the deck, and then you finally get the physical thing in your hands. What was kind of like your first reactions and thoughts?
Shock. It was really shocking because like even though you can see in the pictures there's a lot of vibrance in the original painting, it's even more vibrant. And with the box, like there's a whole entire painting for the box, which I mean that was also a lot. But yeah, it was shocking just to see. It's so different. Like if you get them in your hands, they're so different from other decks, and it actually worked out really well because we went with Cardamundi. They have really good centering on the design. Like these are really thin borders, and you can go through and they're all centered, and even with like the little K up here, like that's really up in the corner, as you can see, right? And if that was off, you know, obviously that would be a problem. It would look really bad. So I was just so happy that nothing went drastically wrong. So with this deck, I didn't want to make something that's really expensive. But at the same time, you're buying artwork. You're literally buying like art in your hands. So I mean, obviously, you know, putting 6 months of actual painting and digitalizing like onto a deck is not cheap. So it's not going to be 25 bucks. It's not going to be 21 bucks. It's actually 16 bucks. That's the price per deck. We're going to go for. So yeah, 16 bucks. And I think that's actually a good deal considering how much, you know, goes into everything. And, you know, there are real paintings behind every card. So yeah, with the quality of these, like they're amazing. I can honestly say even the prototypes, they like fan like so amazingly well. And you can see this in like, you know, the people we have sponsors, you will see that in their videos. Like the fans, everything is amazing out of the box.
That's all super exciting. Bear, thank you for taking your time to talk about your new deck and kind of the inspiration for it. Everybody at home, it's going to be coming December 15th to Kickstarter,
right.
Correct?
Yep. That's right, yeah.
So definitely go check that out and snag yourself up a deck. I think it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah,
all right.
Hope to see you guys there. Cool beans.
Cool beans. Bye.
All righty.